Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. At Bill's house, Poppy was having coffee in the living room. She flashed back to her argument with Tom the former night and sounded upset. Bill surprised her when he entered the room. She'd allowed. He would be at work. He took a look at her and asked if commodity was going on. He assumed she would been crying. She tried to deny it but admitted to being emotional. Averring upon hearing about it, Bill said there was nothing she could not tell him. Bill told Poppy that there was nothing he could not fix. Poppy knew it but said it was a lot. He asked if she meant he was a lot. All of it was a lot, according to Poppy, from the maternity tests to waking up to Bill each morning, knowing he was Luna's father. She was overwhelmed. It had been so unlike all the fears she would harbored about how effects would be. It was as if the life she would known had failed. He said it was for the better. Much better, she added. Unfit to thank Bill enough, Poppy asked if he'd to go to the office. She dropped her mask, exposing her nightie. She said she wanted to show him what life with him meant to her. Latterly, Poppy and Bill snuggled on the lounge, naked beneath some covers. His phone chimed, and she claimed he'd see if it was one of his kitties. Bill had entered a news alert about someone who looked familiar, a person named Tom Starr. Bill honored Tom as a busboy and reported to Poppy that he would failed at the eatery the former night. Failed? Poppy said in unbelief. Bill told her that Tom had collapsed on stage. Poppy asked what had happened to Tom. Bill read further and said it had been a medicine overdose. Shaken and tearful, Poppy said, "That is so horrible." Bill said one heard about tragedies like that every day, and he was glad his family had not been touched by it. Bill stated that the poor Joe was gone, and life could be transitory. Poppy called it woeful. Bill thanked Poppy for his son. Poppy recalled that she and Luna had plotted for times to hold their lives together and had slightly made ends meet. She'd done her stylish to raise Luna in a safe terrain. Bill said Poppy did not have to worry presently. He would always watch for them. Poppy replied that his love had changed their lives. Bill said Luna could depend on him. Poppy concluded that it was what made it all worthwhile. Bill held her, and she looked upset. At Il Giardino, Deacon had coffee at the bar as he and Hollis reeled from the events of the former night. Finn arrived, saying he would heard about Tom's death at the sanitarium. Cleric thanked Finn for coming and said he'd to know what had happened to Tom. Hollis and Deacon agreed that it was a shame. Tom, who'd been a sweet Joe, had been trying to make a new launch for himself. Hollis noted that Tom had gotten shaky and unsteady on stage. Deacon figured that Finn might know commodity, and Finn revealed that it had been a medicine overdose. It did not make sense to Deacon and Hollis. Finn replied that the full toxicology report was still in process, but Tom's donation had been texted. Cleric, Hollis, and Finn lamented Tom's death. Deacon remarked that Tom had no way forgotten a face. Finn said it was awful that Tom had had musketeers and a lot to live for, but medicines had taken it all down. Deacon did not get it because Tom had not been using anything. He did not understand why Tom would go back to it. Finn reasoned that relapses happened. Deacon said Tom had been over frontal about his history of medicine abuse, and he would sworn he would demurred the habit. Deacon said it was not the Joe Finn knew, the Joe who'd saved Sheila, or the Joe Finn had seen working there. Finn agreed but said people could serve with dependences. Deacon claimed that Tom had been looking forward and reclaiming his life. It did not make sense that he would start using again. Cleric decided not to make final judgments until the report on Tom was done. Finn said the news had picked it up, and Deacon would have to deal with news vans. Upset, Deacon said people did not throw down alternate chances. Look at your mama, Cleric considered. Finn did not want to go there and said he would just arrive to talk about Tom. Finn did not want to make it a habit or threat running into Sheila. He'd to recognize his woman's wishes, and his family came first. Cleric was thankful Finn had stopped by, indeed if Deacon had not liked the news. Finn allowed. of how medicine dependences ruined families, and he asked if Tom had had kitties. Deacon said that there were none that he was apprehensive of. In the design office, Luna was listing dresses when Zend entered. He offered to return latterly, but she said it was fine if he stayed. Noting that she sounded chill, he said he would heard that she would set up out who her father was. Guessing it had to be surreal, Zend remarked that it was as if she would discovered she was a queen. Luna had not allowed of it that way, but she did not see herself as a queen. The plutocrat was new to her, but it blew her mind that she had an extended family. Zend smiled because Poppy had eventually told Luna what Luna had always wanted to know. Luna told him about the maternity reveal, and he said it was sanctioned. She was Bill Spencer's son. She stated that one of the biggest mystifications in her life had been answered. Her whole life, she would allowed. Her pater was dead, but as it had turned out, he was veritably important alive. Luna told Zend that she would nearly given up, but she would set up out who her father was. She was agitated to get to know him. Zend called her amazing. She reasoned that Bill could have been angry to have another sprat show up out of the blue, and he had not had to accept her. She said he had, and she would had an amazing connection with Bill indeed before they'd known. The DNA test had verified it, and an instant bond had formed. She revealed that Bill indeed wanted to borrow her. Zend was glad she was eventually getting to have her father in her life. Luna stated that it had been a roller coaster, but she was thrilled to eventually know her father. At the Forrester manse, Hope paced as Eric and the rest of the Forresters celebrated Thomas's engagement. Thomas entered a textbook communication with an update that Douglas was having a great time with Steffi and the kiddies. Paris raised her excitement that Douglas was enjoying himself, but across the room, Hope shook her head and rolled her eyes. Latterly, Carter intimately complimented Thomas and Paris. "It's everything I wanted for you after." "Everything," Carter told Paris. Eric blazoned that he wanted to work on the logistics for another marriage in his home. Carter asked if he could officiate Thomas and Paris' form. Both Thomas and Paris politely put the offer on ice, noting that they had only just started planning their marriage. Brooke checked on Hope to see how she was doing. Hope said nothing and walked down. Brooke followed Hope outdoors. There, an emotional Hope expressed both anguish and rage as she questioned how Thomas could have moved on so snappily. Brooke wondered if Hope was alternate guessing her decision to reject Thomas's marriage proposal. However, what would you do? Brooke asked, if Thomas were to hand you a ring now and propose to you. Thank you for watching this video. And do not forget to like, comment and subscribe.